Hello and welcome back to another video. In this part 2 of setting up a Quic.Cloud, we're gonna set up the CDN, and also I will walk you through some settings that I recommend setting up on the Quic.Cloud CDN, and also we will do test from Cloudflare CDN, without CDN, and also we will compare the Quic.Cloud CDN, so you can see which one is the most performant. So if you didn't watch the first part of setting up the Quic.Cloud CDN, you will need to watch it because you will need to set up the integration with the WordPress website. And regarding the testing methodology, I created the basic Elementor page because Elementor is the most heavy, and we want to see which one will be most performant. As you can see, I just insert some blank template on all websites. And this one is without Cloudflare, is pulling directly from the web server. Second one is the Cloudflare one, and now we're gonna set up the Quic.Cloud. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. As you can see, when we go to the general, we have already our domain in the Quic.Cloud dashboard. So in order to set up CDN, we want to go to the CDN settings. You want to click Quic.Cloud CDN on and save changes. And now when you go back to the general, you will need to visit Quic.Cloud, your dashboard. You select your website. You click CDN and you enable CDN. And if you have your domain in the Quic.Cloud DNS manager, you can use this. I want to use a Quic.Cloud DNS for my root domain, but we want to use CNAME because we don't have domain in the Quic.Cloud, so we've conquered choice. And this is the most important thing. We will need to copy this CNAME record, and you will need to go to your DNS management system. In my case, I'm using Cloudflare. And now you want to remove the A record pointing to your web server. You're gonna just delete it. And you want to add a new CNAME record. And it will be your domain. In my case, it is a subdomain, a quic.webnestify.uk, and you enter the target, the CNAME that Quic.Cloud generates. And make sure the proxy status is off if you are using Cloudflare. And you click Save. So now everything looks perfect. We will continue with the setup, and you click Continue. And usually this process can take up to 25 to 30 minutes because it will need to verify CDN, verify a DNS record, and also it will generate SSL certificate on the Quic.Cloud server. So please be patient, and this will take up to 25 to 30 minutes. So when this is done, we will continue. So after 22 minutes, our CDN is ready. As you can see, SSL is valid. It will auto renew in 74 days. So you don't have to worry about SSL certificates. So first things first, if you are using CDN on the root domain and you want to enable www, you click this on, and you need to have a CNAME record, this one that was generated. You will just add a record, CNAME, and you type www, and you click the target, and you disable the proxy. But in this case, we are not using www, so we can continue without it. So we disable www, and also if you want to set up the redirection, you have option to set it up here. And for the cache settings, you want to take advantage of a full dynamic and static caching, so you want to enable dynamic, static, and also the browser cache. For the connection type, I always choose match, and also you want to enable a quick backend. That means you will get HTTP3 or a quick method. In this case, it will make your website time to first by faster, it will load faster, and it is the new standard, which I really like. And as you can see, when we do the HTTP3 check, then we go with the quick.webnestify.uk. We're gonna check. You can see our website is supported on all of the quick protocols. In the traffic management, you can manage your traffic filters, and I always set up the block action to reCAPTCHA. That means I don't block real visitors. And if you want to target specific countries, you can use block all, and you can allow, for example, Europe, North America, South America, and also you can add some exceptions that you want to have for some countries, and you can select the countries that you want to whitelist. Otherwise, no other countries will be presented by the reCAPTCHA. And this is really good because I usually manage connections from Russia, China, and those kind of things, because there are too many bad actors, bad bots, probing servers, and they can do no good on your website. So here you can manage them with the reCAPTCHA and block all. Also, you can use auto-fresh crawl. That means if the website will be updated, it will automatically update and crawl the web page and will notify Google. And here you have specific WordPress settings. For example, if you are using WooCommerce and you want to disable all other XML RPC requests, you can only allow Jetpack. But in my case, I don't have Jetpack. Also, you can block WP API user list. That's really good because sometimes hackers can enumerate usernames from API. Also, we want to block API embeds external outside of your website. If you are using some third-party dashboards or some iframes, you want to keep this enabled. WLW manifest, I always block that, and also I block the author scans because I don't want to get my authors or usernames enumerated. And here in the security, you can set up DDoS protections. You can limit the maximum connections on your website, and also you can limit max login items for your WP admin. So you can set it up to 2, and that means if 2 logins will fail, it will be presented by reCAPTCHA and 5 minutes cooldown time. And basically, if you have some IP list that you really don't want to access to your website, you can you can add the block brute force by IP, and you can specifically target those IP that you don't want to connect. Also, restrict XML RPC request, it is by default on, that's good. And also, I recommend blocking browser XML RPC requests. And if you have a dedicated IP address, You usually type your IP address here. And for the reCAPTCHA, we don't need this custom because they're already using their own, which is very fast. Here is the SSL certificate information. You can also add your own if you have. And here you can set up the maintenance mode, which will put website in the maintenance mode, and you want to whitelist your IP so you can access your website. What else we can cover here? I think the DNS status. We can check everything is verified. And also when we go to the CDN summary, as I mentioned in the first video, you will get with Open Lightspeed server, you will get 500 free credits, 50 free credits every month. And also you will get access to the standard CDN plan when you can granularly control which servers you want to use for your CDN. But usually I only select North America and Europe. And you can change the regions. So now when we have this, we can proceed to the page speed testing. And when we go page speed insights, we can do page speed insights, and also we can do GTMETRIX. So for a website that we will check will be without any CDN or Cloudflare. It will be serving from our web server. And when we go HTTPS, let me copy this. And also we can use it in our GTMETRIX. We're gonna connect from San Francisco and we're gonna analyze. As you can see, the performance is really good. It is a full-blown Elementor with a Hello Team and also on a Lightspeed server. So here you can see the performance of the Lightspeed without any CDN or caching or anything. It's just the default settings. And I really like these results, and yeah, this is done without any optimization. When we check our GTMETRIX, as we can see, the performance is also pretty good. Time to first byte is 600 milliseconds, and first content from paint is 1.5 seconds, which is pretty good for a basic homepage from Elementor. If you are using Oxygen or Bricks, the results will be even better. Okay, now we can proceed with the Cloudflare one. Let's do Cloudflare. Hop. We're gonna analyze. I'm gonna go back and analyze. And also to mention, the Cloudflare is just the basic settings out of the box. There are no caching rules, no page rules. It's just the blank out of the box. And as we can see, the performance is almost the same. I think this is the same. And when we check the GTMETRIX, the results are also the same. We get time to first byte 605 milliseconds and 1.5 first content from paint, which is pretty good because we didn't optimize any Cloudflare settings. We didn't set up the page rules for cache all. And now we can check our Quic CDN, how will it perform. I'm gonna go analyze. And as you can see, the performance is also the same, but when we check the GTMETRIX, as you can see, we having a lot of better results with the time to first byte only 150 milliseconds, which is amazing. And our first content from paint was cut down almost by 1 second. As you can see, our full website is loaded with 1.2 seconds, and the first content from paint is 562 milliseconds. And as we can compare it to our previous results, select it and compare. Zoom in. And as you can see, with the basic one, we get a total blocking time of 136 milliseconds. With Cloudflare, we cut it down to 0, and also with a Quic CDN, we cut it down to 0. But what's the most important is the time to first byte, and also the first content from paint. As we can see, time to first byte, where is it? Where can I find time to first byte here? But yeah, time to first byte was almost 600 on the Cloudflare and the Origin server, but with the Quic.Cloud CDN, we cut it down to 100 something milliseconds, which is amazing. And as we go check the performance, as you can see, everything was cut by 1 second, or by 150%, which is pretty amazing for the Quic CDN results. So I hope you start using this amazing Quic.Cloud CDN service. And also, if you are on my channel and watching my previous videos, I announced that Webnestify is sponsoring and partnering up with Quic.Cloud, as you can see. And what does it mean for my customers? If they want to use a Quic.Cloud CDN, they will get 200 gigabytes in credits for CDN, and also they will get extra free website optimization service. So what's next in the part 3? In the part 3, we will take a look how you can optimize your website with guest mode and guest optimization, how we can fix some common issues if you enable it, because sometimes it can block some JavaScript, so we will need to add them to the whitelist. And yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them down below, and I will be happy to answer. And stay tuned for another video. Take care and bye.